welcome to Public Global. I'm Neelu Vyas. US President Donald Trump announced sweeping reciprocal tariffs on the trading partners of the world's largest economy on April 2nd, and America is observing the Liberation Day. Now, Trump's Liberation Day announcements had no country specific exclusions and imposed new tariff rates for more than 180 countries. Apart from country specific tariffs, Trump also announced the imposition of a 10% baseline tariff. Now, however, he imposed reciprocal tariffs at only half the rate other countries charged on US products. Still, this was enough to unsettle the market as Dow Jones futures tumbled more than 1.5% after the tariff announcement. He announced a 26% reciprocal tariff on India, half the rate India imposes on US imports. Now, besides, Trump also announced a 25% tariff on automobile imports to the country, which is likely to impact the auto stocks such as Tata Motors and Samvardhan Motherson. Now, how could tariff impact the Indian stock market? That's one bit. Now, the initial print, what we saw was that Trump's tariffs could trigger an immediate negative reaction, as reflected in Gift Nifty's 1.5% drop. Sectors like IT and automobiles may face selling pressure, but in the medium to long term, the market is likely to absorb the impact. However, experts have pointed out that Trump's tariff may not have a significant negative impact on the economy, which is a comforting factor for the domestic market. Now, that is, few experts are saying this, but how does one analyze this entire Trump's tariff impact on the country? Joining me now is independent media analyst Siddharth Sharma. Siddharth, thank you so much for joining on Public Global. My first question to you is that what does 26% tariff on India mean actually?
Yeah, Niluji, there is a saying, beware of what you speak, what if it comes true? We are now paying the price for parroting the India's Pradhanji slogan of Abki Bar Trump Sarkar. Trump has already shown the consequences of not accepting American diktat when he sent back innocent Hindus to India in handcuffs, and our 56-inch lion also tolerated it silently. Now, what is a tariff? Tariff is nothing but a tax. It is like an import duty. India imposes tariffs on certain things that it imports from America. Why does it put that tariff? Because what if America sends its cheap 7 rupee a kg maize, that is makka in Hindi, to India, where Indian farmer is producing it at 22 rupees a kilogram? Then what happens to that Indian farmer? In such a case, our farmer's crop will rot. So that is why India stops maize from coming from cheap maize or cheap wheat coming from America, so that our farmers are not hurt. Now, exactly why India levies this kind of different taxes on different imports. Now, yesterday night at 1:30 a.m., Trump government has initiated reciprocal tariff on India, ranging from 15% to 122%. The 26% is the mean average thing that you are saying. On certain goods, it is 15%. On certain goods, it is going to be 122%. Now, essentially, for a layman viewer, what will be the impact of this on the Indian economy? Simple, a few things that that are already in the public domain. The price of Abki Bar Trump Sarkar slogan is going to be that the ghee coming to your house will likely increase by 60 rupees a kilo. A strip of medicine, 10 tablets, will increase likely by rupees 10. Sugar will become costlier by around rupees 4. A pair of footwear, chappals or shoes that you wear will become costlier by rupees 100. Your children's favorite chips that is the snack, that's a favorite snack for your children, they'll become costlier by rupees 200 a kilogram. If you buy a shirt, you will have to pay rupees 50, around 40 to 50 rupees more. Getting jewelry made for a wedding will increase by around 2,500 rupees per gram. So roughly, out of your, if you say an average Indian earns around 50,000 rupees a month and saves 5,000 of it for future building a house or something like that, that 5,000 will be recovered by Trump as the price you pay for parroting Pradhanji's slogan of Abki Bar Trump Sarkar. Why is it going to happen? Very simple. The new US tariffs disrupt India's export-driven sectors, now leading to surplus stock in India. And that surplus stock and higher production cost is going to trickle down on the Indian consumer. It's as simple as that. Indian markets will be flooded by high quality goods that earlier were supposed to be exported to the US. Now, since they are not going to be exported, they are going to be flooded in India. But because their production cost is higher, they have to they have to pass the tough export standards, they are going to be costly, and you're going to pay the things that I mentioned, like ghee or footwear. These things are going to get costlier. I think the Indian consumer should be ready to shell out rupees 10% more from his monthly budget on his regular consumables. 10% more on regular consumables.
No, but this entire bit where Trump has all of a sudden decided that he will impose 26% tariffs on India. Now, does that mean that the trade talks which India was involving itself in, uh, have they failed? Have they succeeded? And has India drawn more concessions? How does one read that?
If India would have drawn concessions and if these trade talks would have been successful, India's name would not have been in the top five reciprocal tariffs list yesterday that Mr. Trump showed. I think those visuals are already there. In his hand there was a huge board with the names of countries, and India was fifth or sixth from the top. There was China, of course. There was Britain and a few countries. So basically, if your trade talks with the American delegation had gone on smoothly, India would not have been in the top five nations that America is imposing reciprocal tariffs on. It could have given you concessions. Your name would not have figured in that list. The fact that your name figures in the top five in the U.S. President's list goes on to show that America is going to impose reciprocal tariffs, and that 26%. Let us understand that is the mean tariff. That is the average tariff. On in certain sectors it is going to be 122% taxes. Please understand, 122% tax is a huge tax. That means that those things that were going from India, for example, I don't know, but if milk product is charged at 122%, that essentially means that every milk product like ghee that was getting exported to America is going to stop now. So what is going to happen to these industries which earned foreign exchange for India? They are export oriented industries in textiles, in footwear, in medicines, in ghee, these kind of things, in jewelry. All these are big industries. Automobile industry, as you said. So what is going to happen to those industries? What is going to happen to their businesses? What is going to happen to their stocks? That those stocks are already there with them. If the stocks are not there, their production capacity is there. Where are they going to sell it? So I think it's very clear that the trade talks failed. If not just they failed, they failed miserably. If they wouldn't have failed yesterday when Mr. Trump showed the list of countries that he is imposing tariffs on, India would not have been in the first five of them.
But now, what is the cushion for India? If India has exposed itself already, and yesterday also on one of the platforms we were talking that how at the 11th hour, it's a PMO which has given a green signal to sign those bilateral trade agreements, and it happened just one day before Trump's official announcement is that PMO is in the know of the risk which India is undertaking. So, have these signatures happened, putting the entire industry of India at the altar?
Yes, it's like saying that somebody fired 56 bullets at me, 26 of them hit me. So there is a saving grace that, okay, 26 bullets did not hit me, but those 26 bullets that have already hit me are enough to hurt me badly. So India had a 52%. America was saying that India's average tax on American goods was 52%. So America could have gone on to reciprocative tariff up to 52%. It did not go to 52%. It stopped itself at 26%. But that 26% is also going to hurt you in the way that I explained to you, that ghee is going to become costlier by rupees 60. If it would have been if Trump would have gone on with a 52% tax hike, the reciprocal tariff, the ghee would have gone on by rupees 120. So if for the ghee to remain, for your ghee at your home, right now you are purchasing ghee, to remain at 600 rupees a kilo as of today's price, the reciprocal tariff by US had to be zero, which is not. Reciprocal tariff from US is at 26%. That means that the ghee you are purchasing at 600 rupees kilo today, from next month onwards, it is going to go up by around 60 rupees. Now, if Trump would have put tariff at 52%, that ghee would have come to you at 720 rupees. So you can only say that in an imaginary scenario, the ghee that was supposed to cost you 720 rupees from next month is going to cost you only 660 rupees. But the fact is, the denominator here is that today you are buying that ghee at 600 rupees. So essentially, you are still paying 60 rupees more for that ghee.
But what is the kind of political backlash now we will see, post tariffs announcements by Trump? And I'm sure it will have a ripple effect on the domestic politics as well, where Modi will be questioned more. Government will come on the back foot. Currently, opposition will also make noise. They will pick up different sectors and say that, look, this is how we want you, but you surrendered before America. What is the kind of politics we're going to see unfold now in the coming months because of this tariff imposition?
Yeah, I don't know about the politics of it, but the fact is that before 2014, that is 10 years ago, an average Indian used to save uh, around 15% of his earnings. He used to save. So 15% of your earnings, your monthly salary, if you're saving, that means that you're saving for maybe a bike or a car in the future, or a home for yourself, something like that. It was an investment, that it was a saving that used to be made as an investment. But in the last 10 years, during the Modi Sarkar, the savings has come down to around around 5%, between 5 and 7%. So right now, if an Indian is earning rupees 50,000 a month, right now he is saving maximum at around 5,000 rupees. Now this cost escalation because of the Trump tariffs, is going to pinch him more and more. That 5,000 that he was saving, out of that 5,000, also 3,000 more will have to be paid for ghee, for your children's chips, for your shirts, for your medicines, for your leather jackets or your shoes that you're going to wear. So that is going to essentially squeeze the earnings out of a common Indian more and more. I think the Indian savings is going to come down heavily. Now, how it will impact the people, how people's psyche will get impacted, it's not about how the opposition will ask Modi or Modi government tough questions. It is no more about that. It is about people, how much they feel the pinch. If the people feel the pinch that yes, my savings are totally down the drain now, I'm absolutely not saving anything, people might start asking questions. It's up to it's the people who will be having to ask questions, because economics and this kind of tariffs are a very complicated thing. A layman will not understand, or is not even bothered what Trump is going to do in Washington, or how it is going to impact Indian economy. That's all macro things that a common man does not understand, does not even have time to understand. His only bottom line is going to be whether his savings are going to increase, or his savings is going to remain the same, or his saving is going to come down. I think because of the new Trump tariffs, an average Indian's savings is going to come down. Now, when then that savings starts to come down, how he will react is up to him.
But now, is there a way out that the government can really cushion the industry? Probably they might announce some package for some industries. They might, because the government would also be scared of the fact that if we don't do enough for the industry or for the people who will be feeling the pinch of the skyrocketing prices, then it might be a danger to the government. So, do you think that they will try and find out ways and means, or is there a way out for the government to tackle this crisis and let the people not get impacted because of these tariffs?
The only way that can be tackled is that these exporters would have to be found and given newer markets by the Indian government, because the US tariffs are up. Maybe Venezuela or maybe Brazil, the same ghee that is being produced in India right now, if US is the biggest market, can we find another market in Brazil or Argentina or maybe Philippines or Australia, somewhere else? But the problem here is that because this Trump tariff war has initiated a global tariff war, I think the entire global import export industry is going to be hurt so badly. So I think it will take long time. I don't think any country right now would be willing to have a bilateral agreement with India to buy a few new things that it was not buying earlier. So it's going to
No,
be very tough.
but surely what I feel is that we will see some new economic realignments happening because of this, because you can't take this kind of a pressure for long. And I'm sure the different poles of the world will try and come together by different methods. I mean, and do we see some kind of an isolation with America also then?
Yeah, America is ready to get, obviously when America is initiating this trade war, then America is ready to get isolated. America feels that it is self-sufficient so much that it can afford to be isolated. It's not about America anymore. It's about the rest of the world. Other countries have come together, banded together in coalitions, and they are ready to apply reciprocal counter tariffs on US. For example, the European Union has come together saying that if America applies certain tariffs on us, we will apply more tariff on America, and we will ensure that our goods are getting exported within our own countries, within the EU. China is also part of it. So other countries are getting into coalitions so that this kind of what do you say blindsided this kind of onslaught from the US economy can be cushioned to an extent. Unfortunately, India is in neither block. Till yesterday, I think India was under the delusion that because I have a very good rapport with Mr. Trump, because Mr. Trump has invited me to the White House, because Mr. Trump's right hand man, Mr. Elon Musk, I have played with his children. So that because of the goodwill that I have generated personally, Mr. Trump will forgive me and not put that kind of tax on me. I think that was the delusion India was in. That is why India did not join any other coalition like the European Union or China and Japan, because it's Mr. Trump's trade war is not just against India; it is against every country in the world, including its own neighbors and close friends like Canada. So Canada is today part of the EU. So if Canada says that if America is going to impose tariffs on me, I will start exporting my goods to the EU. And EU is also saying, the European Union, that till yesterday what I was buying from America, I will start buying it from Canada. So India also should have hedged its bets better and be aligned with some kind of coalition here, which was already in place. Unfortunately, India decided that rather be to be in a coalition, I will bank on my personal good rapport with Mr. Musk and his children and Mr. Donald Trump and Abki Baar Trump Sarkar and all these kind of slogan. That is why I said that beware when you speak. What happens if it comes true? India is now going to pay the price for parroting Pradhanji's slogan of Abki Baar Trump Sarkar. If you keep saying Abki Baar Trump Sarkar, Trump is going to hit you badly. Now, since because you had hedged your bets only against on with Mr. Trump and you had not hedged your bets with anyone else, nobody else is going to help you today. So India stands today, I won't say isolated, but yes, to an extent that it is a lone wolf here. I mean, it is between India and America. No other third country will come and help India right now because they are already part of some other coalition.
All right, so we'll wait and watch how things unfold on this front as well. Thank you so much, Siddharth, for joining on Public Global. Thank you.